crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway. Live from the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Chicago Cubs, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because this team has already got the building blocks in place. And you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
And first pitch coming your way next. Pitching for the Cubs in this one, Justin Steele. What should we keep an eye on here?
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
Just about ready to roll. Dalen Lyle digging in for the Nationals. And that one fouled off.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Fouls one off out of play, back to our left. On the ground at first, and that's a fair ball. Around first and hustling for second, and he'll pull into second safely.
Batting second, the left fielder.
Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. James Wood now at the plate.
Ball.
Man at second.
Well, he's realizing out there on the mound that he's got to settle in pretty quickly, or else he's going to get hit hard in this first inning.
Up the middle, base hit into center field. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here's C.J. Abrams now. On the ground right side. Tosses to first. Barely got him for the out. Close play. As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming out, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Right through there for a strike. The 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
And now it's Luis Garcia. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Fastball for a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Man on second, 2 down. Stays alive. Sets him down looking. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's an early 1-0 lead. Back here at the friendly confines. And on the mound for Washington in this one, Miles Mikolas. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And that's downstairs. 2-1. Fouled off. He was late. The 2-2 now. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Abrams should have this one. 1 down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Siggy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
Michael Busch now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Ripped, but it curls foul.
It's so hard to slow yourself down when you see that juicy breaking ball, but the most success happens when you try to take that right back up the middle approach.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, obviously that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. People at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Tapped on the ground softly to short. Now the throw to first on the run. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Cubs are down quietly. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Back here at Wrigley Field, second inning set to go. Keibert Ruiz digging in for the Nationals.
Ball 1.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. Ed Drummond behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Maybe one of the most respected umpires around the league.
He's not the kind of umpire that you're likely to notice back there, and that can be a huge compliment, really. So if you're just kind of quietly doing your job, staying consistent with your calls, hitters, pitchers, managers, even fans, they're all going to appreciate you. Ed Drummond, he's that kind of umpire.
Slapped hard the other way, but foul. The 1-2. And he hits a ground ball right side. In time to Bush. One out in the second.
Batting seventh, the first baseman, Andres Chaparro.
Up now for Washington, Andres Chaparro. In the air, left field. Happ on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, Brady.
So digging in, Brady House. And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Got him swinging. Nationals go quietly, but they still lead it 1-0. Opening day at Wrigley Field. Where else would you rather be singing? Cubs looking to build off their postseason run from a year ago. They knocked out the Padres before falling to the Brewers in the division series in 5.
Well, I don't have to tell you this, partner, but the Cubs ended a 5-year postseason drought by winning 92 games last season. Must be the TV announcers.
Out towards right center field. Lyle on the move to the gap. He's got it. One away.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki. This one in the air, center field. Lyle under this one, and there's 2 down.
Batting sixth, the second baseman, Nico.
Here's Nico Hoerner. In the air, right field, Nunez moving under it, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're down 1-0. On to the third inning, and now up for Washington, Nasim Nunez. Nunez starting up the middle at second, made his big league debut when he was 23 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2019. Foul ball there.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Ball in.
The count 2-1. That's in there. And that one hit to first. Takes it himself. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Up next for the Nationals, the center fielder, number 4, Dalen Lyle.
So the Nats lineup turns over. And now the center fielder, Dalen Lyle, led off this game with a double. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. It's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Nationals, the left fielder, number 29.
And now James Wood. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. Caught just shy of the wall. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. He's 0 for 1.
Ball, that's in.
Lyle off of first with 2 away. Runner on the move. Ball outside. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Runner at second, 2 down here on opening day. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Nationals lead 1. They lead it 1-0. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. Fly ball down the line. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Here comes the 0-1. Late on that fastball.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
0-2 now. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
The shortstop, Gansby Swanson.
Swanson digs in. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Ball 1.
High in the air, out to right. Weimer on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down.
Batting 9, the designated hitter, number 9.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. Slider right there. And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
That big curve inside's a pitch that can buckle you a little bit. Looks like a fastball out of hand and then just drops over that inside part of the plate.
2 down, nobody on. To third. House tosses to first. And that is that. 9 straight retired here to start the game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Here at Wrigley Field, on to the fourth, Joey Wiemer digging in for the Nationals.
Hey!
And the 0-1. That one fouled off.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
0-2 now. Ball one there. Hit on the ground to short. Swanson in plenty of time to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
The batter, number 2, designated hitter, Luis Garcia.
Stepping in, Luis Garcia. Struck out looking at his first at bat. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Swings through him for the K, and that's 4 strikeouts.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
2 down, nobody on here on opening day. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing for Washington, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Back here at the friendly confines. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. Tap foul at the plate.
You know, these Cubs, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Fights it off. You'll see another. The a piece and stays alive. To the right side. Slings to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
And on the mound, you know, confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Put a really nice balanced swing on it. And when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box. And he'll feel real good about that one.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Alex Bregman. Grounded out his first time. There's a swing and a miss.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Man at second. Takes it in for the out. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. He beats the throw, and now they have runners at the corners.
Well, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
High leverage spot, and here is Seiya Suzuki. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And that one is lifted in the air. Lyle settles underneath it. And the inning is over. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. We're headed to the 5th. It's the Nationals 1 and the Cubs nothing. Back here at Wrigley Field, up now for Washington, Andres Chaparro.
Hey!
Late swing fouled off. Swing and a ground ball. Bush takes it to the bag. One away here in the 5th.
Up next for the Nationals, the third baseman, Brady House.
Next to hit for the Nats, Brady House.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Hey!
House wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. The lefty, the 1-0. In the air, left field. And it gets by him. Around second now as they still don't have it.
Up next for the Nationals.
Got a change up and a pretty good one too. Outside corner, but he just got extended and put the barrel on it. Showed he has a lot of plate coverage on that swing right there.
One down, runner at third. Nasim Nunez getting ready to hit. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. To the left side, but it is well foul. Oh, 1 down.
Ball, that's out.
One away with a runner at third. And we're at the top of the 5th.
Ball.
He's just
Damn.
missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Next offering way upstairs. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for Washington, the center fielder, number 4, Dalen Lyle.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Dalen Lyle digging in for the Nationals. Runner on the go. On the ground to third. Throw home, not in time. The run scores. It's 2-zip.
Up next for the Nationals, the left fielder, number 29, James Wood.
First and second, 1 out. James. James Wood, the next to hit. Foul ball there. One out. Runners at first and second. A little bit
That's
low.
a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this. He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. Don't think you want to throw it again, though.
2 on, 1 out. That one not close. And the count is even, 2-2. Got him swinging.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball. I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location. He found a way to just get it by him.
Two aboard, 2 outs. C.J. Abrams digs in now. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Swanson makes the call and the grab. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Nationals 2 and the Cubs nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So up now for Chicago, Nico Hoerner. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 1. That one fouled off. Line drive. Calls it in. 1 away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
Ball, that's off the plate.
The Nats up by 2. Last half of inning number 5. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Line drive to short and caught.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson stands in. Flied to right his first time. That's to third, and he can't come up with it.
Up next for the Cubs, the designated hitter, number 9.
So man aboard. Now it'll be the Cubs DH, Miguel Amaya. Check swing, and he went. Strike one. Swanson, the runner at first with 2 gone. Next offering is fouled back. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Ruiz on to first. That ends the inning. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Nationals 2 and the Cubs nothing. Here at Wrigley Field, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and leading off, Joey Wiemer. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Bobby Milner.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Oh, 1 now. And a swing and a miss. Milner in his 7th season, 35 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2016. On the ground, right side. He takes it on his own. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Number 2, designated hitter, Luis Garcia.
And next is the designated hitter, Luis Garcia, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Nope. Ball 1.
The 1-0. And a foul ball. That one almost got him. The 2-1. On the ground.
Foul ball.
And foul ball. That one just
Inside, ball
misses.
3.
Full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Payoff pitch.
No,
and
foul ball.
Foul ball. Three-two. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So he ends up with a hit after seeing a lot of pitches. That was a good at bat.
Up next for the Nationals.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz.
Ruiz.
Fair ball. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Into third now. So runners at the corners and one out.
Up next for Washington, the first
So up
baseman,
next, Andres Chaparro. Hey! Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. This one in the air center field and makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. He'll score the sac fly. It's 3-zip.
Up next for the Nationals, the third baseman, Brady House.
And now up for Washington, Brady House. 1 for 2. Out towards right center field. And that is that. A run on 2 hits, and they lead 1. Top of the order, 2 up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Nationals 3 and the Cubs nothing. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the Cubs leadoff man, Ian Happ. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Wood has a beat on it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Cubs, the first baseman, Michael.
Now the number 2 hitter, Michael Busch. Yeah, that's fouled off. Strike 2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Up next for the Cubs, third baseman, number 3.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Rickman.
2 down, bases empty. Now it's Alex Bregman. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
2 down, nobody on. Here on opening day. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. Back after this on the show. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. We go to the top of the 7th. Nasim Nunez digging in for the Nationals. Bouncer to second. Handles, throws to first. Out on a bang-bang play.
The center fielder, number 2, Daylen Lyle.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the center fielder, Daylen Lyle. Swing and a miss. That misses the zone. Ball 1.
That's ball 2.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. No challenges left for them now.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
That clears the zone, and the count is filled up. Lyle not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge, and the strike call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now. Payoff pitch. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk.
James Wood.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And here is James Wood.
Off the plate, ball 1.
That one to first, and that's just foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. You're a little late, opposite field knob.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Bregman takes it in for the out. 2 away down.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, C.J. Abrams.
C.J. Abrams digging in for the Nationals. 0 for 3 in this one.
If he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Called strike right there.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Inside,
that's inside.
Ball 1. Now time is called here. Pitching coach on his way out to the mound. Here comes the